Hello, Chef Abe. You guys, I am Chef Ava Marie. Welcome to Chef Ava Marie Happy Hour podcast. Today's episode, we have a very special guest, a fellow autistic chef from My Autistic Kitchen. He is known as the autistic mayor of Flavortown, and he's my fellow special needs culinary savant, and he has a hot sauce line that he's about to talk on the program. Let's welcome JR. Are you there, JR? To the stage. Hi, JR. How are you?
You know what? I'm going to go ahead and use the autistic mayor of Flavortown, but I will give you full credit for that. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I love that.
So welcome to the program.
So thank you. It's been a pleasure watching this, and I'm so sorry about last time. It was
we had to. That's okay.
No, it was a computer that was on its last leg and a bad internet connection.
So before you became autistic blogger of My Autistic Kitchen, how old were you when you were diagnosed with autism? At what age were you diagnosed with autism?
Okay, well, so I will say I'm 57. I'm almost 58 years old.
Aww.
So I'm much older, and this plays into what you asked. So yeah. I was 31 before there was even a diagnosis of autism.
Wow.
When I was in school, I graduated high school in 1984. When I was in school, special education was for people with Down syndrome and what at the time we called mentally retarded. But okay. I mean, we don't use that word anymore, but at the time that was the word they used.
Oh, interesting. Like a SED, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we weren't as evolved and knew as much as we do now. So, but I mean, it was for people that were in wheelchairs and people that were really what now we would send to day programs.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
At the time, school was the day program. So there was no special education. There was no diagnosis of autism until I was 31. So I was actually 42 when I got diagnosed.
Wow.
And I will tell you that it impacted me with being in regular classes with no accommodations, teachers telling me I was weird, stupid, and lazy. But it made me who I am today.
Good.
So I'm not upset that I didn't go through school with all the accommodations and, at a later time. It made me who I am.
That's remarkable.
Thank you.
Yeah, I like hearing other people's story because I actually come from a similar story being autism because I had challenges and I didn't start cooking until I was 13. And because we have to share our stories of where we come from. And I see where you're coming from. So did you have speech therapy at a young age, an early intervention in 1984? And what was that like?
Well, so the one therapy that I did have was speech intervention because I pronounce my R's like W. And when your last name begins with an R, it just is so awesome.
Yeah, you have to learn these things. That's what we had to do in class.
Instead of saying my name was Reed, I said my name was Weed.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, that gets a lot of laughs from the other kids.
Yeah. It's about being in the ABA, and that's what we had to do in life, Yeah. Here's my neighbor, Tony. Yeah, he's from up the hill. So, yeah. He has a sweet dog. Yeah. So anyway, how did you learn about Autism Pathways program? I am a huge advocate for them through my friend Maisie. And how did you get involved in their program?
Well, I learned about them. So once I got diagnosed at 42, I had been a freelance writer writing for magazines and newspapers, but I'd also been cooking for a long time. Wow. And I gave all that up, and I said, I'm just going to work on autism advocacy. So I learned about them after I started speaking and writing and doing some autism advocacy, and I love what they do.
That's good. And I love their advocate for them. And they're such a great
Mm-hmm.
resource for people with autism, especially
Mm-hmm.
myself, because I love working with Maisie, and she's such a great resource.
Nice.
And then
That's awesome.
she's a sweet
Go
gal.
ahead.
And I've seen some of your culinary schools from your tomato sauce, the best I've seen of your works. And I'm actually
Thank you.
known as the autistic Rachel Ray, probably by social
I love that.
media fans. Have you ever considered going to the mayor of Flavortown in your community?
No, but today's the first time I heard about it. But I'm definitely writing it down, and I'm going to start using it as much as I can.
You should, for your own Missouri community.
I love it. Now, I just hope I don't get a phone call from Guy Fieri.
I actually met him in real life, and I know he will call
It's very
you.
nice. I've eaten at a few of his. I've eaten at his wine country restaurants, and he's good.
Thank you. And I actually was in the World Food Championship Dessert finalist, and I have entered online cooking competitions and amateur kind of. Have you ever interested in being a competitor, or do you just like to experiment in the kitchen?
You know what? I would love to find cooking competitions, and that's actually on my list of things that I'm procrastinating and actually not doing, even though I should. I would love. In fact, it's funny. I love watching cooking competitions on TV, and
Ah,
I will say from the autistic cooking nerd that I am, I've been known to put on my apron and then go sit down on the couch and watch cooking competitions.
yeah, I know. So, what was the
Yeah, you know
best
what?
part of? Yeah, what was the best part about doing the autistic kitchen? Was that a rewarding experience, or was just something you thought about doing in the long run?
Well, I thought about doing it because I have visual sensory issues. So I
Yeah,
can't go to a traditional food blog for more than 10 to 15 seconds before I have to get off of it. So I
yeah,
thought, I know there's got to be a lot of other people, both on and off the spectrum, that have visual sensory stuff. So why not just make something that caters to that?
yeah,
Get rid of the pop-up ads, get rid of all the video, just make it clean and simple.
yeah.
And, I will say this, being autistic, we all tend to go through little bouts of depression and self-esteem and things like that. And
Yeah.
I've been kind of going through that a little bit lately, which I'm now happily coming out of. But I kind of put some of the recipes on the back burner for a while and just ended up cooking the same 5 or 6 things at home all the time, just because
It's
it was
about
comforting.
testing, yeah.
Yeah,
Because what I do with my audience is to cook without fear. And what I do
right.
is I make sure they're accessible to them. And I see what you
Absolutely.
mean. Yeah. And I
Absolutely.
just got a cookbook for one of the other influencers, and he just wrote a book. If you check his workout, he's another autism pathway client. And he has a good focaccia. You should check it out sometime.
Okay. I will definitely. I forgot to bring a piece of paper and a pen, but I'm going to go back and I'm going to rewatch this and with a piece of paper and a pen and write all these names down.
Thank you so much. Okay. Yeah,
No,
it's a fun. Okay, I've been to a lot of places from Vegas, Sonoma, Reno, and Alabama, and I'm heading to
yeah,
Texas in November. I did
nice.
compete in the WSC in 2018, and I just got qualified for a section event in Biscuits and Jammies by my friends at the Jelly Queens. Will you consider entering in 2024? Have you? We have a Taste in America every year. Just recently by Sam's Club, but we do it. But it might be. Have you ever thought about it?
Uh, I've not thought about that one specifically, but I thought about doing cooking competitions. And now that you've mentioned it, I am definitely thinking about it.
Good. Services for
I would love to talk to you after we get done at some point and find out more information.
Thank you. And how did you get started in your hot sauce company? Can you talk more about the products and where people can order?
Yeah, so I'm in the middle of finishing the website. The labels actually arrive on Friday, so
Yay!
get ready to go. It's called Purple Chin Condit Company for kind of obvious reasons. It's been purple for 8 years, and I thought that I love making these sauces and barbecue sauces and hot sauces for friends and people, and that there's just I'm doing stuff that's a little different.
Yeah.
I'm doing a jerk mango hot sauce.
Wow.
Which jerk mango and habaneros, and I'm not using.
I love habaneros. I love mangoes. That's my favorite flavors.
Habaneros. I'm using mango juice. All the stuff I'm using is fresh.
What other flavors do you have other than that flavor?
I live in Missouri now. I'm from LA, but I live in Missouri in the Ozarks. So I've got a kind of sweet and tangy barbecue sauce that I call Ozark.
Oh.
I've got a spicy peach that is peach and habanero. Peach and serrano.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a Caribbean that's a mango habanero barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
And then I've got another hot sauce that is cilantro and habaneros.
That's fantastic. Where could people find when it comes more about it?
The website will be on next week. It's purplechin.com.
Okay, we'll link that in the YouTube page, and then
I've already told you. I've got your address. You get the second box that goes out.
Yay!
My brother gets the first box, but you get the second.
Yay! As a podcast host, thank you so much. And I will test some recipes for the audience. You hear that? Okay.
And then we will even do a promo code for your listeners so that they can get a discount when it comes out.
Thank you so much, JR. That's so sweet. You hear that, guys? You get what's the discount? What did you get?
We'll do probably 15% off, and I don't know. We'll use the code Ava Marie.
Thank you, Ava Marie.
So I will send you the info when it's live, so you can tell your people. But then they can go and put Ava Marie in and get 15% off.
Thank you so much. That's gracious of you. So
you know what? The way I look at this, people with autism or developmental disabilities or whatever, we're all in this together.
Yeah, we're all brothers and sisters.
We help each other out. You're helping promote, the sauce line, and so I'm helping your people for doing it.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
Thank you for coming on the show, and you were a great guest. And thank you for coming. Bye, Jay.
Can I just one more thing?
Yeah.
Real quick, I just found this out yesterday. My son-in-law lives about an hour and a half from me, just over the border in Arkansas, and he just rented a little diner space, and he asked me if I wanted to try to do catering out of there.
Oh.
So, I mean, that's something that'll be coming, probably early next year, something I'm starting to kind of look at now. And I'm very, very excited about that.
Thank you.
No problem.
So look forward to it. Thank you so much for coming, and look forward to hear from you. You're welcome. Bye, JR.
Bye.
It was a great show. Bye.
Bye.
Have a good. Okay, I'm gonna figure out. We're gonna let you go.
Okay.
So there goes JR. So let's get to the business, guys. Okay. You log off, JR. Can you log off, and I can get to the audience? JR, you log. Oh, okay. Thank you. So anyway, thank you, JR, for coming on the show. So there goes JR. So that was so nice. So anyway, so This was a great episode. So I hope you join me next time as we have another guest on the show next week. So have a great week. And thanks for tuning in to Chef Ava Marie Happy Hour podcast. As we say, saucy to perfection. And cheers. Bye bye.